The rules we are going to look at in this section have to do with cloud heights and distances. But before we get to that, let's talk about how altitude is measured differently. Skydivers and skydiving altimeters measure height above the ground, AGL. Pilots and airplanes measure altitude based on height above sea level. This is abbreviated as MSL. The Springfield Airport is about 1,000 feet above sea level. As skydivers, we set our altimeters to 0 on the ground, which is already 1,000 feet above sea level. So as we climb up and our altimeter reads 9,000 feet, the aircraft altimeter is reading 10,000 feet above sea level. At 10,000 feet MSL above sea level, flying over Denver, a skydiving altimeter would only indicate about 4,000 feet above the ground. So when you're talking to skydivers, most skydivers already assume you're talking about AGL, above ground level, but when you start talking with the pilots, it may help to distinguish between AGL or MSL. This is a chart that you will eventually need to memorize. It shows the different distances that you must stay away from a cloud required by the FAA. Let's look at the bottom graphic first. These are clouds that are lower than 10,000 feet MSL. You have to stay 1,000 feet above these clouds, 2,000 feet away from the cloud horizontal distance, or 500 feet below the cloud. The visibility also has to be 3 miles or greater. Below 10,000 feet MSL, if you are going to fall between two clouds, those clouds have to be at least 4,000 feet apart from each other so that you can maintain 2,000 feet separation from each cloud as you fall between them. Above 10,000 feet MSL, the visibility has to be 5 miles or greater. You have to stay 1 mile horizontal distance from a cloud, 1,000 feet above it, and 1,000 feet below it. Both you and the pilot have a responsibility to make sure that you don't break these cloud FAA rules. This means that even the pilot is responsible to make sure that skydivers don't break these rules. All student jumps must be completed 30 minutes prior to official sunset time. I generally go to timeanddate.com to get the official sunset time. In this example, the sunset is at 5:25 p.m., so all students have to be on the ground by 4:55 p.m. With the climb to altitude taking roughly 25 minutes, this means that the airplane has to depart no later than 4:25 so that all jumpers land in time to give us the 30 minutes buffer prior to official sunset.